Hello folks, Merry Christmas Eve to those who celebrate. We have rocked up here at Refueling Station Delta, and we killed one big slimy that was on this ladder, and then I remembered to start recording. And don't know much about it other than I'm hoping that it has some decent diesel. Gonna check underneath to see if there's any sneaky spots. Aha! That looks suspiciously like a sneaky spot. Can't get in because of these things. I think there's a memory stuck to the ceiling. Let's see. How do I get in there? There we go. Yep. That's what it was, all right. But that's it, pretty much. All right, that's one. They might have foisted a fuss with that one and then hidden another one. So let's look for that. I don't see anything else, but you never know. Nope. Looks like that was it. Okay, let's get out from under here. It does seem to be completely floating. Oh, isn't that interesting? I don't remember if the other ones were too. There was a shark right by here too, and I killed it. But it was a tough one. It circled the boat. It didn't do the standard shark behavior. It circled around and around the boat and seemed to be of a tougher nature than your average bear. I don't know if I can get up there or not. Not from the water, I don't think. Nope, can't jump up there from the water. Might be able to get up here though. It's hard to get out of the water without a ladder, especially with something over your head, because it causes you to crouch. Yeah, I don't think I can get up here. So I'll have to come down to that. I see there's a door there. So there's another hidden area. I'm getting wiser in my old age. I'm not just going to cut these up. I'm going to go up here. Use this to get up on the roof. Let's see what's what. Well, there's nothing up here, but it does offer me a firing position on this Yahoo. These great big yellow ones are nasty, and they are full of bees. That's an effective solution to that. These ones are really hard to kill unless you take off all their tentacles. Some of them are a little easier to kill than others. Oh, look at that. That was sweet. I haven't seen one blow up like that before. Maybe this is like it's an oil refinery and I just lit the powder keg there. It's nice of them to group up like that. For the most part. say, they're really hard to kill. They are super... The big yellow ones are harder to kill than anything else I've gone after, I think. They're bigger, and there's more fluvia. I'm out of juice. Yep. Oops. Switch to our other rifle, for which we have a significant amount of ammo. The only thing I don't have for this is an effective sight. Okay, that's not working. So, we're done up here. Oh, they've got something contained. Off my ladder. Yeah. They fight back, that's for sure. Yeah. Put me off the ladder, stupid. They're nasty. Hard to kill and nasty. Even that little bit has to go, yep. Alright, so we got all of them. You don't have to grind it up, but it's a smart move to look underneath it, because they hide stuff. Whoops. They hide stuff underneath these kinds of things. Yep, there you go. The memory. Ooh, a stopwatch. Alright, so that was that. Somebody's tentacle. Now, one thing is, the problem is, I can't shoot over the ladder. There's another one over there. Okay. There's probably something here, if I would guess. I'm getting wise to the way they hide things. Now, they can fake you out by not hiding something under there. Yep, that time they did. Cool. That's most times, now I'm finding that there's stuff underneath. When you see two metal plates on the ground and stuff like that, the likelihood is high that there's something underneath there. Oh yeah, here's some more. Get it up, buddy. Big juice. Shit. I don't particularly want to shoot at the petrol thingy, but I don't have any choice. It's wrapped in around it. I give myself a little more distance in case it blows. Oh look, somebody's bowling again. Okay, so these are the petrol end. And usually there's a petrol end and a diesel end. Oh, hello. There's a whole nother level down there. Yep. Are you watching the bowling? Yeah, but you guys, you can't bowl toward the ocean. You should bowl the other way. Your ball's just going to go in the water, and then it's all sad and tears. And somebody's cheating, and yeah. Okay, let's see. What do we need to fix this? Copper and fabric. Okay. Copper fabric and aluminum. Okay, these two are not keeping. Do they have anything in them? They do. Okay, so I need orange tubing, and I'm going to empty the two that need aluminum into the two that don't. And we might keep this as a fuel depot. But first we have to figure out how valuable it is. And are they hiding behind these doors that they're blocking in? This is Delta. I've been at several of these before. I've never seen them having a doorway blocked like that. So I think there's something quite nasty in there. We've been up on that roof. Oh, we're not going to grind anything up quite yet, except the high ticket things. We're going to get a good look in the window. Let's see if we... Oh, here's downstairs. Let's look up here first. Well, that didn't look bad. So why did they have the door blocked? Huh. Okay. Not sure. Maybe it was just to keep marauders out, but that's not very effective. Just pull all this away from the door and get right in. Alright, so that's the power coupling. Alright, let's get some power started. So we can ramp this puppy up. I think I've got everything on me I need for a couple of these. Try to get them situated where there's a good sunshine. At least in the west. It seems like we probably get sun here any day, time of the day. There you go. Let's go with a simple at first, so we know how much power we're going to need. I've gone kind of haywire on these places before and overkill. And then I just end up tearing everything down in the end. Well, not the end of the world, but if I don't need a battery, I'm not going to expend the resources for a battery. There we go. Power on. We got anything new here? Nope. That's a shame. It would be really interesting if they had like secondary quests or something that would pop up at these Pecos thingies. Oh shoot. Oh, it got dark. Alright, we need a win-win too. see, we got a fair amount of wind here. No, flags are not moving. Well, we'll try. It's gonna be better than nothing. Sometimes you really don't need much power to get these things up and running. Okay, we'll migrate these around. Hope I have enough of the... There we go. Power it back on. That's all it took. Not turning that little to power this up, so it doesn't have huge power needs. Alright, so what we were doing was we were checking that. That didn't have anything. Let's heal up. I did up my my health. Show you how you do that. These enhancers. I upped my vitality a bit. I have 10 more points. I got a bunch of points when I sent the rockets into space, and so I maxed out my scrapper. My pressure was already maxed out, but I maxed out my battery so I can hold more now. I can hold 2 kilowatts. I upped my hull mastery so I can carry more, and upped a little bit the power management, and improved my hydraulics so that I can also lift more. Not sure it's completely there yet. I did up my engineering a little bit, so it's supposed to speed up crafting and stuff, but I really couldn't tell you. I didn't notice a difference. But that doesn't mean it's not working. It's just that it's not super self-evident. Okay. So that's going to power us up there. I didn't see anything over here. I haven't gone downstairs yet. Let's get into this room. I think we killed all the big baddies up above. Here's the diesel end. Okay. This one has 500 liters in it. Cool. We do need power. This one's empty. But it doesn't take as much to fix it. Okay, so we won't necessarily shred it. This one looks pretty full. Oh, look, there's one of the new 1100 and 700. And this one's brand spanking new. So let's transfer. Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have any orange cables on me, so let's build a few. We don't need too many. It doesn't take much. Just need to reach from here to here. Get this one out of here. Whoops. There, we'll empty this one into this one. I should fill this one all the way up. Might be a little extra. And keep the new one. Doesn't need any repairs. Only a little repair. Fabric. Okay, we've got plenty of fabric. It's just on the boat. We'll look around and see if we find any boxes. Because sometimes the boxes have stuff in them. Okay, this is clearly, there's a creature in there. But sometimes, oops, not that rifle. Yeah, no, that didn't work. We don't want to do that. We want to switch back to our electric one and hope we still have a charge. Oh yeah. Do we? Can't read it when... No, we don't. But we should be able to connect our backpack to it. I can figure out how to do it. Use. Connect to electric rifle. There we go. Now. Sometimes you can kill these guys right through a window. And sometimes you can't. Okay. That's still locked and it doesn't have power. So that's on a different power grid than the other one. I don't know what that is up against the window. There's a big baddie on the roof. Okay, well, we know what we gotta do. And there's only one way in there that was working. Oscar, what you doing, honey? I only see that one big one. Oscar? Oscar, can you turn it down a little bit? You're okay. Is it the male person? Oh, is he bringing me something good? He's being a good boy, honey. Don't scare him. Don't scare him away. He won't bring us our goods. Let's see. Oscar, that's enough, honey. Let's see. The door must be over this end. Yeah. Do we go around it? Do we go past it? Huh. I did not see a door, so maybe it's underneath in the lower area. Other than this door, I did not see a door into this place. Can't see. Alright, well, let's go down that down place and see if we can find it down there. Levitating wheel. ID. Okay. It must be down underneath. Come up through the floor, I guess. Sometimes they do that. Kind of blobs. They're kind of red and black. Not liking them much. They seem to be a little harder to kill. Weasels. Those ones let weasels out. Weevils. I keep calling them weasels, but I meant weevils. The nasty little slimy boogers. Oh, okay. Door. It's not a real door. Huh. Okay, this is underneath. Huh. These are hard to get into, these ones. They have a lip on them. dead end. Let's grab that so we don't have to come back. Okay. I don't see any other way out. I hope this is a way up into that room. Not exactly stealth. Aha. We're into some room. Holy moly. That worked well. I think I only had one of those. Darn it. Yep, only one. Good news is there's a stairwell. Bad news is she's a little infested. Okay, infestation amended. This is where they used to sleep. Okay, that's high-end stuff. I think that's it. We just have to go upstairs now. We can come down and loot this area properly. Once we've established... Ooh, I've run out of power in a second here. Quite a few batteries on me, so it'll be alright. It's always nice to have. Gotta admit, I like connecting this. Okay, you get away from that door. Thank gosh. Alright, now that seems to have cleared up the funk that was over there. Memory. Oh, more than one. Well, we're good. Going right now. Let's get some power in here. There we go. Turn that off. Stop hogging my battery. Alright, let's get this guy ground up. Thank you for your service. We'll put you back to good use, fellow caretaker. Now I got the door open. I have learnt my lesson, guys. I'm no longer closing doors after I leave. I was, but today I got locked out of the Exodus buildings, the beginning building and the launch building. And luckily I had taken all the high-end stuff out of the launch building after we successfully launched our first set of babies. John Paul and George, but Ringo was busy holding the door, so he got left behind. But we'll get him out there soon. But it was, I didn't loot it all up because I was tired after all the excitement of launching the babies into space. And when I came back, oh, ultra high tech, what is that? Angel Lazarus cylinder. Oh, sweet. Thank you. And when I went to go back today to do the usual cleanup, I couldn't get into the final building, and that's where I had left all the tables and chairs, all that lovely fabric, and I couldn't get in. And I tried everything. I doubled the amount of power going in. I double checked everything was streaming properly. The power is going to the power control, but it's not working. And because of that, the people mover and the elevator at the beginning door, it was the only way for you to get up to the next level from there, weren't working either. Very frustrating, guys. Very frustrating. Oh, I know why I'm going down so fast. I'm wearing the backpack on the gun. Okay, let's switch that. Oh, there's not much power left in it. Never mind. We'll just use up these batteries and then we'll head home to the boat and get powered up that way. There we go. That's close enough for now. This will give us a chance to just see what's in here, if there's anything else secrets-wise. Alright, we see all the floor, we can see all the walls. I don't think so. I think that's it. I think we've discovered what there is to discover on this one. But we did see an extra little area. Wow, I'm going to have to pee my pants. Alright, this one's almost full. Is this one empty? No, it is not. So why is it not pumping? No. It's not emptying itself. Getting to a certain point and then just stopping. This one is not all the way full. It's probably because it's damaged. That's what my guess is. We need some copper. It's not like we don't have tons of that. And this one needs copper also to fix. Well, this is an easy fix, guys. Now this one needs aluminum, and then we can't have that. No aluminum needs. So we're going to take this one over here to this one. And pump it out. Empty this one and get rid of it because I'm not investing any aluminum into these. Now see, did it again. It's leaving it behind. I don't think you can see that. Yeah, 300. That's what I've been seeing. When they're damaged, I think you can't get the last 300. Well, wait a second. Where did the fuel go? Because this one had more in it before. I don't know. That's the first time that's happened. There's been a lot of firsts recently. A lot of strange stuff happening. Okay, so we got power up. We don't need any more than what we have. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's get out. Oh, we've already been this way. But there was another little area that we saw around one of these corners when we were coming up, and I want to drop down to that. I don't know if I can get to it from here. I thought you could. I don't think this overlapped it, but I could be wrong. Might be able to get to it from this lower level here. I'm going to preach to the choir about you don't have to pick everything up, but if you want to find, oh, there it is. If you want to find the secret places, you can't leave stuff oh, there we go. Looked behind, if that makes sense. If you see something like this, you have to take a chance because there's something behind there for sure. And like I said, you don't have to scrap it all, but I definitely think you should go in and take a look because you're gonna find some memories and you can find some really good stuff. Okay, we'll come back here for this stuff. I don't have enough power to shush it all up, but we got some good memories. Okay, let's get out of there. Ugh. My jumping is getting better. Alright, so we found everything down there. I don't know if there's any special places down here. We'll have to cut all this up and look behind it. But that's this area down here that was hidden. We got the area underneath that was hidden. So far we found a couple. Doesn't mean that's all there is, but it might be. There's just not much more to this place. Alright, so we will go and get fixed up at the boat. And like I said, we have enough power here to operate all the doors. We need to get, what was it that we needed to fix this? Copper, yeah. So that, we were very happy to dispense some copper. First, let's make sure there's no sharks. Now, the reason I don't park so close and like hop on these places from the boat is because I've had too much experience with pinkies and reds and all the little blobs that just hop right across onto your boat, and then you have a heck of a job getting them out. And I'm not too interested in doing that, so I don't mind swimming a little bit. And I have my Eclipse head torch, so I know that, let's see, we want to pump up the backpack. Backpack and the gun are both, yep, are both charged up. We did do a little bit of a revamp in here. We've added some boxes up above, and we're trying that out to see what we think of it, because we've got some things that we just have so much stuff of that we put some in the hold, but some things like copper and iron and for some reason polyurethane, we are just inundated with it. I've got a lot of glass too and a lot of plastic, but plastic we use a lot of. So we needed copper. Yeah, I've got a ton of it up here. So let's grab that. Let's see. Do we need fabric? We might have needed fabric, so let's take that too. I don't know what that's doing in there. Do we have iron? We have iron. Okay. Yeah, so everything up here. Got some plastic up here. We've got some, so I think we're all set. Let's go back and fix those up with the copper. You know what we could use is some more tubes. Orange tubes. So we can not have to manufacture them, because I know I've got a ton of them. I hate the thing. Yeah, probably partially because I'm heavy, but also it seems like they've taken something out of your ability to jump. Alright, and while we're here, let's just drop off these extra things that are taking up so much room in our backpack, making us weigh so much. We're not going to need them here. I think whoops, that's fine. Okay, we've got one right around the corner I can add to. There we go. There we go. Now I've got a little bit of room to maneuver. Let's get back over there before it gets dark. Yeah, Now I will pull up closer to in order because you can't string a fuel pipe across this, but I can get it all consolidated and these things all fixed, or as much as I can. And some looting done, and then I will look to move the boat closer. No, 5. There we go. That's it. Definitely was it. Why it wouldn't take the last 300. Even though there was room in there. It would not empty this out. See, this is going to take aluminum to fix, and I'm not giving up aluminum for something I don't need. That's my least likely to shell out item. You only get it on the high-tech stuff. And like sometimes on, see, didn't get very much, but now this is all fixed, so we can pump everything into there. So what's this going to take to repair? Polyurethane, of course, that's the one thing I didn't bring with me. Alright, so let me see about, I wonder if it'll pump into this one. Probably not. But this one has less in it, so maybe that'll make a difference. Other way. Nope, it did work. That's weird. See, this one is all fixed. Oh, it's not all fixed, so I had a few things. Okay, so we'll keep that one. And we'll ditch this one because we don't really need 4. I may or may not leave the diesel here as a place to stop because it is kind of convenient. When you look at the map, this is kind of like a good stopping point in the lower eastern part of the map. So it might be a good idea to leave some fuel here. We don't absolutely need fuel because we've got oil on board. And I can turn on my distiller and use that. Okay, so I'm going to clean this out. Let's go check these petrol tanks and see which ones are worth keeping. That one takes aluminum. Nope, I'm going to keep that one, that's for sure. Aluminum. I hope at least one of them will be fabric. Fabric and polyurethane. Shoot, how did I miss that? Well, in any case, let's go ahead and start pumping it out of the ones that we're definitely not keeping. Like this one that needs aluminum. See if we can't get that started. Fabric. That one doesn't look in bad shape, but this one looks kind of dicey. Yeah, aluminum. Alright, so we'll take the fluid out of here. Put them in here. That's not pumping at all. Probably too damaged. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to fix this one before I can. Fabric and polyurethane. I have to go back to the boat. I've got plenty of both, but it's just on the boat. Alright. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Let's see what's in here too. This should be good. Actually, that's not bad because this has got aluminum in it. These old screens. Oh, look how many there are. Hot dog. That's a good find, that. You only get one aluminum per, but so few things give you aluminum. That's always the thing that lags behind. Even lagging behind fabric. Fabric I've been finding is a decent amount when you remember to cut up chairs and stuff. Alright, so back to the boat. Well, I don't know if I've missed anything else. That's the only crate that I remember seeing. I don't know if this is one of the new ones that you can actually get on and ride. Nope, I don't think so. Let's take that out of my hand just to give it a fair shake. Doesn't look right. Nah, the new ones are petrol. You use petrol. I don't think there's really anything too fancy in these things. The nice thing about getting the power on here is that the whole place is lit up with these floodlights on the corners. So that keeps the vermin at bay. Yeah, we've already looked under there. There's anything under there. Alright, so we've got a couple of petrol or diesel tanks that we're going to hold on to, at least tentatively. Just waiting for daylight. Bear with me for a minute. Something going on over here. Well, hello. A little ball of those guys underneath there. Alright, here's daylight. I'll run back over. I think I'll try to decide whether I want to take the diesel or I highly recommend the Eclipse headlamp, guys. I wonder if I want to keep the diesel here or put it on the boat. We have used some up, but I think I'm going to leave it here. The petrol, on the other hand, we are always short petrol. So that's a... I think I'll clean up the two tanks that are salvageable on both and keep that. We've been making our own diesel out of these guys to some extent. Fabric and polyurethane. Got a lot of polyurethane. I'm happy to see some of that go. If I can remember where I put it. They did add where you can now write on your boxes, see? So now I know that's polyurethane. Cool, let's take half of that. Oh, wrong one. Split, there we go. Take half of that, I don't want to carry that much of it. Oh, sometimes hard to drag in, so you just do the take and fabric, that was the other thing. Fabric's bright orange, so this is... trying to use color cues. Yeah, we'll just take... I think that's what it was, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't fabric. It was polyurethane and... shoot, now I forgot what the other one was. That might have been fabric. We'll take some. What else could it have been? I've lost track. I've got copper, so it couldn't have been that. I think it was fabric and polyurethane. I think that's right. Boy, guys, my memory is a sieve. I was thinking about something else when I said that. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire and I can't remember what I was talking about. Okay, let's get these little guys. Come on. get. Alright, so, yeah. That was what it was. I do think I will keep these two. Just make sure they're all the way fixed. Yep. And now we can just stash a bit of diesel here. That's a good idea because, like I said, I can make more from the fuel oil I got from the refinery. But these guys, that's going to need aluminum. I hope it'll start pumping. Yeah, okay. The one you're pumping into has to be pretty fixed. Yeah, we were coming this way. That's still not pumping. Oh, it's gone. Well, that explains it. Yeah, we're not keeping anything that requires that, even though I just found a little group of it. Alright, so we've got 2 viable petrol tanks and we've got 2 viable diesel tanks. That's workable. We're going to get some parts out of this. We won't get as many parts. If you fix it, you get all the parts, and then you can just go set one up. But it takes a lot of parts. So I don't feel like doing that. I think I'll leave it here. We're making petrol on board with the little dead weasels too. We're just not making as much of it as the diesel because we're traveling. But let's just do another perusal of this whole place. And then I'd say this is done and dusted. That was fairly straightforward so far. Anything under there? Nope. Let's go back up on the roof and see if we can see anything that we missed before. Oops. There we go. Nope, we looked under there. There's nothing there. There's no special entries here. Okay, I think this is Refuel Station Delta done and dusted except for the scrapping. Now, a couple of people have said they don't mind the scrapping and kind of want to stick to it. Other people said, yeah, it's okay. Just get find the hidden places and beat the battles, and then we'll opt out at that point. So, since it was sort of 50-50, I think I'll stick with it for a little bit, and then I'll just let you guys go. But you can see that these are kind of like gold mines. They usually are full of good stuff. But there was a significant amount of high-end stuff. There were quite a few TVs and printers and stuff, and there was also fabric and dead caretakers. So that is super good find because they're usually tech scraps, but sometimes if they're the white, and that sounds pejorative, but it's just the color, guys. The white ones have high-tech scraps, and so that makes it so that a good chance to get titanium or carbon fiber. Sometimes both, but often just one or the other. Looks like we've got another Brucey friend. So I think we've been through just about everything. have a good ballpark idea of what to expect here. We're going to have to try it. When I first tried bowling on my ship, and I made a clip of it because it was so darn silly, I was in extremely high seas. So that made it like really, really difficult to manage. Let's look behind these. Nope, just boxes. Sometimes a box is just a box. But in addition to the fact that it was high seas and very rough, the balls didn't the pins didn't move. What? Oh shoot, that was a really bad one. Okay, we have to get a little closer. Not quite that bad, but they didn't move at all. And I literally had to ram them. I guess this is somewhat similar. I literally had to ram them before they would fall over. Now, partially it's because I'm so heavy. Oh, this is going to be a son of a gun for a split. But the other part is the balls aren't heavy enough, and relatively to the pins. Okay. Oops. Oh! Jeez. Anyway, it's fun. We're going to steal them because they are memories. But they have 0 value. When you look at them on the Lazarus machines, when you're trying to add in, you know, what's going to be a good thing. They give empathy and they give patience, not empathy, but patience, which makes sense. But it's 0. They give you patience 0. That's the only thing they're good for, and they give you 0. So I think they're kind of useless, but fun all the same. All right, I think that's about it. I don't see anything. Wait, can we get up there? How are we supposed to get up there? Oh, can't quite make it. Oh, no. Let's put that away. Oh, nope. Let's see, maybe if I could get higher to start in a jump. Go see if there's something up on top of there. Okay, let's give this a try. Give ourselves a little bit of a boost. Here, we'll just move that down a little bit. Okay, second box. Is this one the same size? I think so. Now, I'm supposed to be able to lift more, but I don't notice too tremendously that that is true. There. And then for another box. Or a table. A table would have been a good idea. That's going to be hard to get down that little row. Here's another box. It's a little lighter. Some boxes are super heavy, some are a little bit lighter. Where we're going and why we stopped here was we are going to the return to the warehouse because since I was there, they have opened the warehouse. Right, let's give this a try. This could end badly. There we go. Oh. We did kill one of those yellow inintensively things up here. It doesn't look like there's much room up here, so I'm afraid I'm going to launch right off the other side. Oh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Jeez. There's a camera. Sweet. When I think that was a petrol or an oxygen container. Oh geez. And when I shot up here, remember it exploded? I'll bet you 10 to 1 that was a petrol container or an oxygen container that was sitting up there. That burnt out one that we got. And it blew up. That's funny. I have a feeling I'm going to fall backward off of this thing. When I get to the bottom. Oh, yep. Whoa. Oh, stop. Oh, shit. I bounced. Alright. Well, what are you doing out in bright daylight? Little boogers? Like that. Okay, turn that off. Let's get out of here. Not the most agile of jumpers, am I? Try to compensate for the backward. Every time you come down off a ladder, you have he takes a big step backward. And if you're on something like that, which was on a ledge on top of a box, I was afraid that would happen, that I would step back and fall right off. So, no surprise there, it happened. Okay. I don't see any more I looked down, I didn't see anything on the top of these thingies. Probably would have been smart to try and jump down onto this one, but... Okay. I did see below me this little area when I fell in. But, see down there below it? There's another little area. So I was there, but I don't know if I've gotten down here. Anything under here? Nope. I don't think I can get under there either, because you can only just squat so much. Oh, I can get back here though. That's interesting. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be able to, but I did. Huh. Nope, no secret area. I'm not exactly sure how to get out of here other than to go back the way I came. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's about it. Whoops. Wrong one. Just get these all ground up. And, oh, look at there. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Definitely can use those. So now I'm going to leave this as a fuel outpost. And I'll leave the power in place. We're not putting a battery in here because we don't really need to. And from here we'll mosey on back to the warehouse, and I'll make that a different day because that's going to be a big one. That big central warehouse space that we couldn't get into, that we climbed up on the roof of, that's all open now. And apparently it's quite tricksy. Got all kinds of cool little gimmicks going. I'm going to run over and get powered back up. But got some parkour thingies and some hidden areas and stuff, like all of them do. That's the fun part of this game, is working out well, it's fun all the way around, but the fact that they put all these little hidden areas and things for you to try and suss out, that's extra specially fun. A little frustrating sometimes, but when you finally find one, especially one that's... Oh, that was a weird noise. Especially one that's a little bit strange. Let's see. Connect to the electronic light. There we go. Oh, must be full. Double check. Yep, they're both full. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. That's refueling station Delta. I think that's the third one. Let me go look at the map. I can show you where we are. Should have done that first. Yeah, today for the second time, one of the sharks has knocked me off the boat. I shot that one about 1 billion times, but he still killed me. Okay, so we were here, and we went pretty much straight this way. And then we're going here, to Central Warehouse Alpha, to go through that area that wasn't open before. There's also this little mini node that showed up there that we haven't been to. And then I wanted to go I can't remember which habitat it is, but I think it's this one. 047? No. It's this one. 05X. Somebody told me that they've added something there that wasn't there before, and you need to go back there. And this is the place where I put a refueling station too for the upper area. And then now I've got this one. Oops. Gosh darn. Let go. Now I've got this one for this area. And in the middle here, we've got Lazarus. And and this place here. I did not leave anything there. I completely gutted that place. But I've been thinking about whether that's a good idea to go back, but I don't think so. There's not too much over here, but I'm suspicious that there's stuff here that we just haven't seen yet. But I don't know where you find it. It might be... Oh, that's the other thing we have to do. After we do this, probably we need to go here. Because we couldn't get into that room. Remember where the antenna was? We got everything powered up and ready, but you couldn't get through the door. You had to launch people into space first, and once I launched people into space, it said, go to the last listener station. So I'm assuming that means we'll be able to get in that room now. I probably should have gone straight there, but, you know, I'm curious about this place. So we'll go there, and then we'll head straight there. That's what we should do. Then we can go up here to the habitat. And if we go straight, we'll go through unknown territory. We might find something new. You never know. Yeah, I haven't been to this guy, I don't think. I've been to this one over here and this one here. But I don't think I've been to that one, so, you know, we might stop by there on the way north. Anyway, lots of things to do. As usual, the game is full of interesting places, and more show up all the time. And what those new places are giving us is more memories, which is very cool, because people have voiced some concern over running out of memories after you've sent 3 or 4 shipments of humans into space. Now, I've only sent one, and we managed that yesterday with John, Paul, and George. And we did get the reward, but it will be much easier to send additional groups into space because all of the setup that was required at Lazarus and Exodus is now done. So we will just be able to hump over there and find some seeds and take them up and plug them in, and away we go. And we're familiar with the process too. We have lots of power, lots of water, ready to make more humans. Just have to think through how to use the memories we've got. It's not so straightforward as I thought. I picked one with traits that seemed to lend themselves well together for a particular goal, but it appears that some negate the value of some others and so it's a little tricky trying to target a specific thing. It'll tell you what it needs, but if you put things, if your memories are like a combo memory that has 2 or 3 things, it doesn't work the same. So it's just something to think about, and it's the fun part. But that's that's just trying to make a decent human being out of whole cloth. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just a sort of a learning curve. We'll get going on our next group. We'll try to make. I think we made pretty decent humans. One of them had a 217-year lifespan expectation. That's all right. That would be a little bit of all right, wouldn't it? And all of them were okay. They weren't tiny humans. I have heard of people making bowling ball-sized human beings, big round fat ones that are only a few centimeters tall. And so I was careful to try and avoid that. But we'll see. There's much exploring to do. There's also caves that have appeared, and I can't find them. So I'm thinking maybe the last listener will disclose some caves. I'd like to go see what those are about. So there you have it. Lots to do. Very fun game. Very interesting. And the new release, though it did cause some issues, they're working on them. It introduced a whole bunch more stuff to do. And they've got new releases scheduled for early next year and middle next year too. So it's only getting better, and I really do enjoy it. I hope you do too. Thank you for joining me. As always, a thumbs up would be appreciated, and a subscription if you haven't, if you don't mind. I appreciate it very much. And comments and questions are always welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.